Hello and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain and I am your guide to wisdom. Thank you for joining us on our 7-day-a-week, 7 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. This is day 24 of our trek, and during this week we are looking at the 25 ways to turn failure into success. Yesterday we looked at the stepping stones 6 through 10, and today we will continue with 11 through 15. We will focus on 5 steps each day so that our wisdom nuggets will be easy to digest. We're recording again from our podcast studios at Home 2 in Charlotte, North Carolina. The temps remain very warm this week, with temperatures on Monday, June 22nd at 100 degrees. That broke the previous record set in 1956, which was the same year that I was born, so that's been a long time. Well, seriously though, I really don't picture myself as much over 30, and fortunately, I am in good physical condition, so hopefully I'll stay that way for a long time. We should all strive to be young at heart, to allow the simple things of life to thrill us, to enjoy the adventures of each new day. What are you going to do today to foster that spirit? As we're daydreaming about that, let us continue on our trail to explore 5 more stepping stones that are on the path before us today. Remember, as we are on our journey, we will turn our failures into stepping stones for success. As with most issues of life, it is more about our perspective than the situation itself. So let's start with number 11. Overcome the fear, overcome the procrastination. Fear of failure, not the failure itself, is the biggest roadblock to our success. When you have overcome the fear of failure, you have overcome the procrastination and excuses for inaction. Thereafter, you are well on your way to fail, learn from it, and succeed like you never have before. When you run into fear that is blocking you from taking action, ask yourself, what is the worst thing that can happen if I take this action? Unless it's physical harm or death to you or somebody else, then what's stopping you? Everything else can be overcome. It might be said the quickest road to success is to possess an attitude toward failure of no fear. So stepping stone number 11 is overcome the fear by taking action. Number 12, not getting what you desire can be a blessing. Not obtaining success immediately can be a real blessing because it forces you to reevaluate things and to gain a new perspective. It opens new doors to opportunities and information that you would have otherwise overlooked. When the rewards of success are great, so are the challenges. Embracing the possibility of failure is the key to taking the variety of risks necessary. Whether you're reevaluating yourself, like starting a new business, or allowing yourself to trust another person to build a deeper relationship, it can be said that clouds in our lives are sent many times to bring showers of blessings. So stepping stone number 12 is failure can be a blessing in disguise. Number 13. Failure teaches us to blame ourselves first and take responsibility. Our first reaction to failure for most of us is to blame anyone or anything but ourselves. If we perceive others are to blame, then there is nothing we can do to correct the problem. We cannot change another person's personality, well, then neither can we change ours. But if we assume responsibility, we can analyze what went wrong and take corrective action. This is the art of bouncing back from failure. To achieve your personal best, to reach unparalleled heights, to make the impossible possible, you can't fear failure. You have to take responsibility for your action. You must think big. You have to push yourself. Celestine Chow put it this way: the more you take responsibility for your past and present, the more you are able to create the future that you seek. So stepping stone number 13 is failure teaches us to take responsibility. Number 14, failure forces us to do the things right. Failure can be and is discouraging. It drains our resources and our energy, but it also forces us to do things right. Failure separates those who think they want success from those who are determined to succeed. Failure narrows the playing field. The first persons out are those that blame others. The next ones out are those that lose interest. The weak go first. The strong learn to hang in there and keep bouncing back until they have a win. John Maxwell put it this way: it is true that not everyone is positive by nature. So stepping stone number 14 is failure forces change. Number 15, failure tells us that we are going in the wrong direction. Now, if you are out hiking and you find yourself on a trail that will not lead you to your destination, then you are forced to stop. You need to change course and get on the correct trail. Continuing to go down the same path will only get you farther from your destination. In our personal lives or business, very often this change is forced on us because we are out of money or resources. Once we come to this realization, then we are free to choose another path. The wrong path should not be viewed as time wasted, but as a lesson learned. When you try a new trail, chances are that you'll get it right the next time. New paths will bring you to the correct destination. Or Max Lucado put it this way: life is tough enough as it is. It is even tougher when we're heading in the wrong direction. So stepping stone number 15 is, failure helps us to get back on the correct path. As we look at our practical lesson from Scripture on how failure resulted in success, we will read today of Moses' response to his father-in-law Jethro, who gave Moses a plan to turn his failures into success when judging the people that made up the Hebrew nation. Now, if you missed the past couple of days of Wisdom Trek, be sure to go back and listen to them so you'll be caught up with the story and understand what stepping stones 1 through 10 are. So let's continue our story today in Exodus 18, verses 24 through 26. Moses listened to his father-in-law and followed his suggestions. He chose capable men from all over Israel and appointed them as leaders over the people. He put them in charge of groups of 1,000, 100, 50s, and 10s. These men were always available to solve the people's common disputes. They only brought the major cases to Moses, but they took care of the smaller matters themselves. So we can see from Jethro's advice, Moses structured the first court system for the Hebrew nation. He set up judges in a hierarchical form to alleviate the need for judging all the people himself. Finally, Moses had the time to focus on what he was called to do, which is to lead the entire nation. He achieved success through his failures. What are the areas of life where you need to turn your failures into success? Well, that'll finish our podcast for today. Tomorrow, join us for Stepping Stones 16 through 20 on our journey to turn failure into success. We will also look on how Gideon failed to trust God, but through a series of tests, he was able to succeed. So please check into camp tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. As always, I encourage you to leave a discussion topic, comment, suggestion, or question about the podcast on our Contact Us page of the website or email me at guthrie@venturecg.com. We'd love to get more interaction from our members of the Wisdom Trek team. Also, subscribe on iTunes or the player of your choice so that Wisdom Trek is downloaded each day automatically. We also have a subscribe to podcast page on wisdom-trek.com. And if you haven't done so already, please leave us a rating on iTunes or Stitcher. This will mean so much to us, so we'll understand how we're doing and how we can improve. And spread the word to everyone you know to join us on our Wisdom Trek. I thank you so much for this. You can read the journal from today's podcast on wisdom-trek.com, where we also have wisdom nuggets and free resources. And as we take this trek together, let us always remember to live abundantly or fully, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy the journey, and create a great day. See you tomorrow.